It really is starting to come together. Start to actually think like, oh my gosh, like I can almost see it furnished and I can almost see the TV going up right there behind me. Like, it's pretty cool. And today we're gonna insulate the walls. So once that drywall goes up, it's almost a complete building. It's very exciting.
Let's go. You got the bottom? So that means you need to go in first. We're gonna switch around. So I'm gonna swing this way and you're gonna keep going through that door. You're gonna walk backwards, walk backwards, walk backwards.
Yesterday we put in doors and the windows went in like pretty easily, so I didn't think that the doors would be so difficult, but the doors actually did require a lot more work. Thankfully, my partner and I got lucky and we got a door that wasn't too bad, but because they are made in a factory, the framing around it might not necessarily be like really good. So you have to put a lot of shims in the doors. You have to figure out when it's level and you have to know where those shims need to go, you know. So there was a lot that went into that process, but I mean, it's really cool to see. But yeah, I mean, it's like with anything else, if you're not paying attention to the details, then it's gonna be wonky. And you don't want that. You want your door to shut correctly. If it's not gonna shut correctly, then how are you gonna keep the elements outside from coming in, you know? But insulation's not necessarily difficult. It's just tedious, I think, more than anything. You're just like, nobody wants to do it. I don't think any of us like to do that part, but it is a very necessary thing in order to make sure that your house, you know, doesn't have, it keeps out the cold and it keeps in the warmth, basically, or vice versa, right?
I wanted
Okay, you get the bigger one.
Yeah, it's amazing what they're doing. It's amazing the change. Some students, it's easier to see the change that they're currently having. They're all growing. And some, it's easier to see how much they've grown. And some, when you get them one-on-one, you can see the confidence in their life. Some of these people have worked for me. One of the students worked for me for several years on the construction site, and watching his growth in such a short period of time in the school is a testament to what it is that we're doing here. The ability to have a nice environment where each and everything is laid out, where they take one aspect and then they grow it, and then they get another aspect and another aspect and another aspect. It's the perfect teaching environment. A construction site is not the perfect teaching environment. There's too much going on and there's money that has to be made on a construction site. It's all about the students, and it's all about getting that information into their brain and into their muscles properly, so then they can go out in the world and use it, whether that's in construction or whether that's in real estate or whether that's in any aspect of life. Being a stay-at-home mom, for goodness sakes, it can affect all aspects of their life, and it can do it in such a short period of time.
Thanks, guys. I will be back. Emilio! I look forward to coming to school every day, honestly. I enjoy the people that I have to do this work with and that I have to learn all these things with. Dude, Nelson's got a good class. I like everybody that's here. It's awesome. Because even if like there are people here that have worked in construction and they more or less have a really good idea of what they're doing, but even they're still learning and even they're able to teach me stuff, you know, and that's exciting. And Nelson is like super patient with us. Because I want to make my own house, it is helpful because I'm not just looking at it on like this flat page and I have to just figure it out. You know, like I'm good at an instruction booklet and putting a bookcase together, but this is different. There's a lot of little tiny parts that are involved. And so me actually doing I'm going to be like, I remember when I was at school and we had to do it this certain way, and this is why we had to do that. So I feel like that it's that muscle memory, right? You're going to remember what you did and you're going to be able to do it, and it'll become quicker and quicker. I feel like, especially in regards to using my tools, that muscle memory will be there, right? It's kind of like an obvious thing that goes without saying, but especially when you're trying to teach somebody else how to use a tool, you won't think about it anymore. But when you see somebody doing something, You'd be like, hey, this is how you use this tool properly so that you don't hurt yourself, which is exactly what one of my partners did with me. You know, they helped me out, and it was a huge help. So I'll be able to carry that on, apart from learning how to actually build stuff. It's also using the equipment. Switching up your partners and moving around is helpful too, because that's what you're gonna do in real life. You're gonna go to different sites, or you're gonna work with different people, and you know, figuring out a way to do that as amicably as possible is, you know, that's a good thing. That's a good skill to have, and to just be understanding, I think, at the end of the day.
Yep, there you go. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool.
We designed this a particular way. We designed it to help people become more in all aspects of their life, not just in the construction world, to affect each and every aspect of their life. And so as people are watching and people are asking questions, please continue to ask questions. Please figure out why it is that we're doing things, why we're teaching the way that we're teaching. This school affects not just the construction industry, it affects all industries that are out there.
This is not going to be long enough,
2,
right?
4, 6, 8. You're gonna have to cut one more besides that.
Piece, yeah.
I think everyone should go through this school. One of the things that people continue to ask is who should go through? Everyone.
Absolutely, this school is for anybody and everybody.
Male, female, young, old, they should all be going through it. And it's important that, that we get that out there and that people see that.